Good morning, Christ Church. It's day 3, and today we have made it to a very different place. We are no longer in the Galilee. Behind me are the mountains of Samaria, and back behind me here is the Dead Sea, and we are at Qumran. This is the home of the Essenes. They were a sect of the Jewish faith that ascetics that lived out in the desert waiting for the Messiah, and John the Baptist was said to be an ascetic. And this is the place where when in 70 AD, when Rome sacked Jerusalem, they also sacked this area, and the Essenes hid the scrolls in the caves. Behind me, let's see if I can find it. You can kind of see behind me, there are caves in these mountains, and they hid the Holy Scriptures in clay jars, where we then found them in the 1940s. A shepherd boy happened upon them in the 1940s, and it confirmed that our Scripture is so very accurate, and we learned so much from that. So this is a very beautiful, holy place. I will see you on the next stop. Hey friends, behind me is Zacchaeus' tree. Inside that enclosure you'll see the actual tree, and behind me and above is a sycamore tree. It's the actual daughter of the real Zacchaeus' tree. Very cool. We are now outside of Jericho, and we've just sung Zacchaeus Was a Wee Little Man. Love y'all. Hey Christ Church, it's Pastor Sarah. This afternoon we are on the Tell of Jericho. The Tell Sultan. Sultan means Elisha in Hebrew, and this is the place where Elisha, and you can look at 2 Kings chapter 1, where Elisha changes the water from bitter to sweet by adding salt. This is also the place where the ancient city of Jericho would have stood in the walls, where Rahab was and where she let down the spies, right? Behind me is what we call the Temptation Mount. That's the place where it said where Jesus was in the wilderness, where he was tempted for 40 days, and there's caves, you might see them back there, that it said that that's where Jesus lived for two of the 3 temptations. Just wanted to share. See y'all later. Hey friends, this is our first view of Jerusalem. As you see right in front of me is the Temple Mount. As we go to the right, you'll see the valley, the Qumran Valley, and that group of trees is the Garden of Gethsemane, right in front of the gold domes of the Russian church. You can hear right now is the Muslim call to afternoon prayer. We are standing on the Mount of Olives, and we are soon to make our way down the Mount of Olives, just like Jesus would have done on Palm Sunday.
Well, it's like the second time I've done that. That guy's down here ready to sell something in his car. Hosanna. Car.
Matthew 27, or 23, Matthew 23, verse 37 through 39. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you who kill the prophets and stone those sent to you. How often I have longed to gather your children together, as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, and you were not willing. Look, your house is left to you desolate. For I tell you, you will not see me again until you say, Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord.
Friends, now we're in the Garden of Gethsemane. These trees are 2,000 years old. They stand as the only living witnesses to Christ praying on that last night.
We are entering here. So please keep your phone going on this way.
Our last stop today, we were just in the Church of the Agony. The church built on top of the rock where Jesus is said to have prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane, where he sweat blood, he agonized over what would come. The church is beautiful. It's built right on top of the rock. You can go in and kneel, touch the rock, and pray where Jesus did. And right beside me, behind me, are those trees again. Those beautiful olive trees. The older they get, they don't get taller. They get larger around. You can see the one right behind me, how big around it is. 2,000 years old. What a beautiful day it has been walking down the Mount of Olives to the garden where Jesus prayed. Tomorrow we go into the city.